Welcome to the first question, that special place here in the metaverse where we all seek the highest common denominator. And now let's join our guides to those farthest corners of our minds. Here we are with... Ladies and gentlemen, Pooky Amsterdam! And how about a warm welcome for Hydra Shafto? Welcome back to the first question.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're here. Oh, welcome back to the first question. The quiz show to the stars. Yeah, if you have an answer, we have a question. And as interest in the 3D virtual web spaces we inhabit rise, we undoubtedly provide some revelations. I am Pooky Amsterdam, and this is Hydra Shafto.
Is this going to be a new show, Pooky? The first revelation of myepiphany.com?
I like that, myepiphany.com. I'm all about science, Hydra, although I am a bit evangelical about virtuality.
Well, I'm the sacred guardian of the secret word, so don't try to pass through the doors of secret worddom, or Mundo will cry as he loses 500 lindens.
Mm-hmm. Tonight's panel has worked very hard in the world that exists behind the screen. We are on to further advance the possibilities of what we do on the screen in here. Let's bring them out. At 26 years old and with 10 years experience working with game engines, he has been in this field for most, if not all, of his adult life. An internationally connected contractor in areas from medical education to race vehicle manufacturers and telecommunications providers, he made a personal hobby out of the physics experiments within Second Life. And simple experiments and scripted intelligence are his. Welcome to the life of Selkit Diller. Welcome, Selkit.
Bad boy at play is not a threat, it's a promise.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. To play can also be a noun and not a verb. Okay, tell us, what element of the periodic table do you most identify with and why?
Most identify with iridium, owing to its unique thermal properties and its usefulness in high-tech devices, particularly transorbital applications.
And it also has many esoteric uses.
What are those?
I think a 3-foot block of iridium will balance an adult bull elephant on a seesaw. It's really heavy.
I'd pay to see that.
He ain't heavy, he's my elephant. Okay.
Of course, that block of iridium would be worth about $11 million. Anyway, next up, she is a media artist, producer, and skydiver. Well, I'm never going to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Never say never. I said that too.
Who explores the extension of the performance environment with technology. She initiated the Kids Connect program, which connects youth internationally via creative collaboration and theatrical and mixed reality performance in virtual worlds such as Second Life. She received a MacArthur Foundation Award to co-found Fracture.org, a Fulbright Scholarship recipient and live events producer for This Spartan Life, a talk show inside the video game Halo, the very amazing Josephine Junot. Welcome aboard, Josephine.
Thanks. Happy to be here. And Hydra,
great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. But now, Hydra, that you've said that you will never jump out of a plane, of course, now it's my mission to get you to jump out of one.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. 2 things fall out of the sky, that's fools and bird poop. So how do you do a talk show inside Halo?
Basically, we shoot it, it's machinima style, so filmed inside the virtual world, the gaming environment of Halo, just like you would film a machinima inside Second Life. And the show is scripted like a talk show. We have had guests like pop culture icon Malcolm McLaren and Katie Salen, the game expert Katie Salen, and others. And we basically invite them in, and part of the idea is to sort of survive the game in order to have the talk show. And we often also have it in mixed reality space. So we'll have it in the physical space in a performance venue, and also, so you'll see them on the stage doing the interview, and then you'll also see them having the journey inside the video game Halo. So it kind of traverses, both, layers of reality.
It sounds interesting. I want to be on it.
Oh, well, that's a really good idea.
What's your element, Josephine?
My element is hydrogen because it is the most present element in the sun, the stars, and the clouds. And that hails back to my love of skydiving and flying and this very favorite thing that I've just learned to do, which is to surf the clouds.
Splat.
I like it. And hydrogen is one of our great clubs, the Hydrogen Club, and Dr. Troy McLuhan, I think, who's in the audience with us tonight, was one of the first members of the Hydrogen Club. So you are in good company.
I'm in noble company.
You are. You better believe it. She's in noble company. All right. Our next panelist, he has written about how virtual worlds are likely to affect business and collaboration. And he has a book on Amazon. It is called Changing the Face of the Internet, Virtual Worlds and the Information Economy, Impacts on European Policy, Jobs, and International Competitiveness. And he is here right now. I'm about to introduce him. He works closely with the Virtual World Roadmap and spoke at the recent Federal Consortium on Virtual Worlds on abilities and attitudes about the future and what's needed for virtual worlds. So look at the clouds of computing and how this will likely change telecommunications as you lie back and relax with Metro Troglodite. Welcome, Metro.
Thanks very much. I'll try to make it an interesting night.
You are. You have already.
Good.
I love that. Okay, so tell us, Metro, what element of the periodic table that you most identify with and why?
Lawrencium. It was created from a super collider and discovered in California, named after E.O. Lawrence, the inventor of the cyclotron.
Great.
And I've worked with a lot of super colliders.
And maybe some of them have affected you.
Right.
Did you ever find any bagels in them?
No, just wild, free atoms.
Wild atoms, wild. All right, thank you.
And last up, he is one of the founders at Pixel Labs here in Second Life, and also one of the creative minds behind the Book Tablet and Koyas, which is a shared media presentation system. A virtual environment specialist with 15 years of experience ranging from research to trend forecasting, he is also the current project leader for Andromeda Media Group, which deals with various industry forecastings and related virtual environment projects. A contributing author for the upcoming book Virtual Worlds and E-Commerce, to be released in July of 2010. Build the future of applications and technology with Aeonix Aeon. Welcome aboard, Aeonix.
Hey, all you pixel people in the metaverse, how you doing?
Hey.
Oh, what's your element?
My element is hafnium. It's not as well known as the obvious elements in computing, like silicon and gold, but it plays an increasingly crucial role in the future of technology. I identify with hafnium because I tend to play a similar role in the world of environments. Not too well known, but surprisingly crucial in enabling many things concerning the future of technology.
He is hafniuming about behind the scenes for our benefit.
Short.
There he goes, happening. Oh, I hear him happening about back there. Okay, is that you, Aeonix, happening about again? Okay, thank you all. Great panel, great elements, and now it's time for Yay Me or Nay Me. Each panelist will get a truth or not a truth and attempt to tell us if it is or if it ain't.
It's a yay or a nay. Give us your answer and win a point. Or not.
Okay, Selkit, this is for you. Yay us or nay us. The world's largest gummy bear is 5 pounds, 12,600 calories, and about 5.5 inches tall and 5.5 inches wide and 9 inches tall.
I think I actually remember seeing that. Yay.
Yay, you are right. It is the equivalent of 1,400 regular gummy bears.
I could eat it.
Yeah, and then go comatose, maybe.
I want a gummy wolf.
I do too, actually. All right, number 2 is for Josephine. A lot of things might cross Sony's PSP, but The Sopranos are not going to be made available via Sony's PlayStation 3.
Oh my goodness, I hope so. I'm going to say that they will be available, so nay.
That's right, it's a nay, and they are. And so is Kurt, so curb your enthusiasm.
Okay, Metro, this is for you. You know your dog wants to draw you a picture sometimes. You know that. You can now buy your dog a Picasso paint kit. That's right. Pour painting for dogs. You place strategically placed paints on paper, apply a see-through plastic barrier, and then encourage your dog to walk all over it, instantly making you a classic for the office.
Maybe. I don't think that's possible. It sounds too far-fetched.
You know, I've seen the same thing done with otters.
Yeah, but you can't make an otter sit still. It would work with them.
That's the whole idea.
So yay or nay, Metro?
Nay.
It is a yay. You actually can buy the Picasso paint kit.
Hey, I could do that. I got A's in art in college.
On the paper, Hydra.
Well, that came a little later. I mean, I did fail obedience school, you know. All right, number 4 is for Aeonix. A Frenchman is building a 13th century castle in the Arkansas Ozarks with local laborers and 13th century tools.
That's an interesting one. Sounds like something I would do myself, so why not? Yeah.
It is a yay. Feudalism is making a big retro comeback through the site, though the site manager has had trouble hiring a basket weaver. And I'll just add that it costs you $16 to take a tour of the site, and it's supposed to take 20 years to build it using authentic methods.
Oh.
I want to go.
Sounds like a standard feudal lord right there.
I like that they couldn't find a basket weaver. All right, Selkit, this is for you. Google Pac-Man. How fun was that? The average user spent 36 seconds more on Google.com on Pac-Man last Friday, consuming almost 5 million more hours of time beyond the usual 33.6 daily of attention that Google search usually gets. So Google Pac-Man generated 5 million more hours of time for Google.
I'm going to say yay on this one. I saw an article on CNET to that effect.
Everybody wants to play Pac-Man. Can you believe it? I want to see Pong. I want to bring back Pong.
Hey, if you don't like Pac-Man, you're a communist. Okay, we ready for number 6? Okay, number 6 is for Josephine. Bloomberg reports that tablets like the iPad are expected to sell an estimated 46 million units by 2014, up from 7.6 million this year.
I'm going to say yay. That sounds about right.
That's right, it's a yay.
They are taking over. Okay, Metro, this is for you. Annual sales of beer is now roughly the GDP of Indonesia.
Metro?
That's
Yep.
not too easy. I'll say yay.
Actually, you're right. It exceeds USD $500 billion.
That's a lot of booze.
That's a lot of beer.
A lot of beer.
We do a whole
All
show
right.
on beer.
All right, number 8 is for Aeonix. Childcare, sports coaching, and tutoring are expected to be a $47.5 billion industry in 2010. But you can still not hire a professional potty trainer for your child.
I'm going to have to say nay on that one. I can probably find about 5 people that'll potty train my kid.
That's right, it's a nay. Booty camp has arrived. Camouflage-clad rugrats enroll in an intense one-day session guaranteed to teach them to use the toilet without assistance or reminders. $300 to $500 per bottom.
Really? Really?
Yep.
I would just use like electric collars for dogs or something. That would get them to use the toilet.
Hopefully you figured out how to do that by college. But that's
Some of us do.
Yeah.
I'm paper trained.
Yep. Actually, what a niche industry, huh? Okay, Selkit, this is for you. The breathalyzer was preceded by a 1931 device to test sobriety called the drunkometer.
That doesn't
Selkit?
Selkit? The drunkometer?
Again, I'm going to say nay on that.
Actually, it's a yay. In 1931, Indiana University professor Rolla Harger created the drunkometer. And actually, he patented it 5 years later, and when he died, gave it as a gift, the invention to Indiana University, which the school describes as a surprise moneymaker.
I'm sure it was. Wow.
The more you know.
And number 10 is for Josephine. You can now buy gum that will play a daily affirmation as you chew it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say nay on that one, but I do think that's something that will come.
You're right, it's a nay. But you can buy daily affirmation gum, 2 fruit-flavored gumballs, and an inspiring affirmation.
Yeah, you can't chew it, and it will make a sound in your ear. But I agree, Josephine, that is coming.
Yeah,
okay,
that's next up.
Yeah, you might get an affirmation like, don't make any plans after 4:44 p.m., August 21st, 2014.
Why? Should I put that in my calendar? Okay.
I'm saying that's the day you die.
Oh, thank you.
Worse. Could say, please don't eat me. I have a family.
That's an appointment I'm going to miss, okay? I'm going to miss that one. Okay, Metro, this is for you. Hockey players wore helmets to protect their brains before they wore testicular guard cups.
No. Nay.
Nay, you're absolutely right. It was actually 100 years after the cup was introduced in 1874 that hockey players realized their brains were important too.
And number 12 is for Aeonix. There are groundbreaking inventions like the wheel, the automobile, and the light bulb. And now there's a newcomer to our top 10 list, Baconaise. Carefully researched and crafted spread that combines the taste of mayonnaise and sweet, wonderful, wonderful bacon.
Oh, I'm saying yes to that one. If it doesn't exist, I'll make it.
That's right. It's a yay. Baconaise exists.
Baconaise for all your bacon needs. Okay, Selkit, this is for you. We have seen teeth grown on mice from stem cells, but not yet adult human teeth.
Malformations inside the body.
Are you going to say yay or nay, Selkit? Is it a nay or is it a yay? Okay, nay. You're right. A team from Columbia University Medical Center has pioneered a technique to regrow adult teeth from a person's own stem cells.
All right, number 14 is for Josephine. Almost all ancient civilizations which had gods had a god of beer.
The first god that comes to mind is Bacchus, which I guess would be wine, and that would include beer, I suppose. I'm going to say nay, though.
Actually, it's a yay.
Really? Okay.
Yep, they all had gods of beer. Beer is like so fundamental.
Beer is the reason civilization exists, apparently, but that's a yay. In ancient Baltic and Slavic mythology, Rogopatus was the god of fermentation, and his partner, Rogantine, was the goddess of beer.
There you go. There you go. 2 gods and goddesses I'm putting on my invite list this holiday season. Okay, Metro. This is for you. American Needle sued the NFL and won, claiming they restricted competition and violated antitrust laws by acting as one entity rather than 32 independently owned teams.
Nay.
Yep, you're right. When the NFL tried to shift all of its business to Adidas, they got mad and they won. Unanimous.
And number 16 is for Aeonix. No electric car has driven around the area known as Greater London yet on a single charge, not even on a 6-pack.
I'm going to have to say that's a nay.
That's right, it's a nay. UK students have driven an electric car around Greater London twice on a single charge, covering a total distance of 250 miles, using the electric Radical SR0 supercar.
Yes.
Energizer's happy about that one.
Yes, and we even gave you the car. Yes, you are watching electric cars and solar sails into outer space happen right on this show. All right. Thank you, audience. And thank you, panel. The audience has been great in this round. But the panel, you are amazing. 3, 3, 3, and 4. And now it's time for the audience to play. They said, what? Audience only competes for a limited edition prize by guessing who originated this famous quote. Please type it out in local chat.
And the quote is, I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars. And I'll repeat. I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars.
Unbelievable. Before Hydra even got the second read, we have a winner. It is our king of quotes, Gary Bruno. Indeed, Og Mandino. I love that name, Og. Og. Oh, Og. Oh, my Og. Okay, and I will love this station break because it is a harbinger of future sponsorship. Be right back.
When does it start?
Every Tuesday night, Doctor, at the same time, 7 p.m. Pacific each week.
And what happens?
The Tiny's Cat and Emo open, and they are the most hilarious opening act anywhere.
I see. Yes, and then?
Oh my God, the show is so funny. We have the intelligentsia of Second Life on, and they are brilliant. It's great. The audience is the best in Second Life.
What else, Pooky?
My co-host is this amazingly gorgeous wolf.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
No problem at all, Doctor. I want you on the show. I'll do anything to get a great panelist.
Welcome back to the first question.
Welcome back. Don't you know it's time for a nugget of knowledge. This is the part of the show where we get to watch and listen to the Hydra mind and sit in awe at its prowess.
Yeah, I get a lot of sitting and standing and all right. Bring it on. I'm feeling like a razor sharpie tonight.
Ooh, razor sharpie. All right, get ready. This nugget is from Selkit Diller. The collision energy of two bodies colliding with one another head-on per unit of mass is identical to the collision energy of one body in motion impacting an immovable surface at twice the prior collision velocity. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, well, if the bodies are of equal mass, yeah, that's true. Because, a car hitting a wall at 90 miles an hour is the same as two cars hitting each other at 45 miles an hour.
Selkit?
That is incorrect, Hydra.
You got me. All right, explain.
If you have two masses identical to one another impacting at half the velocity of one hitting a solid object, the energy is now being shared between two masses instead of one, as opposed to 4 times the kinetic energy, according to the formula provided for kinetic energy, is equivalent to mass times velocity squared by 2.
Nerd.
Oh, all right. Yes. And if you're a Metro Troglodite and you're caught in a super collider with a friend on a rainy evening over a... Oh, I digress. All right. This is from Josephine Junot. Bop, bop, bop. A free-falling object reaches its terminal velocity when the downward force of gravity equals the upward force of drag, resulting in an acceleration of 0. The terminal velocity of a falling human being is about 200 miles per hour when it collides with Metro Troglodite. No, I'm sorry. When balled up, and about 125 miles per hour with arms and feet fully extended to catch the wind, like Donovan.
I only caught about half of that.
Well, you want to flip a coin? Would you flip a coin, but it only has 2 sides?
Well, let's see. Terminal velocity is, I think, 100. It's like 100 meters per second. No, it wouldn't be that fast. I'm going to say that's probably false, because if you extend your... well, see, I don't know if I heard the question correctly. You said if you extend your...
Maybe just repeat the last sentence.
You point your nose...
Do you want me to say it again? The
Just maybe
terminal
the last
velocity of a falling human being is about 200 miles per hour when balled up, and about 125 miles per hour with arms and feet fully extended to catch the wind.
Okay, so you're asking about terminal velocities. Yeah, I'm going to say that's true, actually, because, well, my reasoning is I know it's quite a bit slower if you extend your arms.
Yep, it's true. Yeah, considering the air resistance, so it's not in a vacuum, just considering the air resistance with the arms and legs extended, it's definitely around 125 miles an hour, and then much, much faster, about 200 when you're balled up.
Yeah, and you still
That's
die
right.
either way.
And when you get all balled up and you jump into a swimming pool, you make a bigger splash than when you're just...
Yeah, and it really hurts.
belly.
Why are you such a hater? Hydra's a hater.
I know, I'm good at it.
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for Metro Troglodites?
Go ahead.
Okay. Adlai Stevenson ran for president twice.
Adlai Stevenson. I remember the name. I think it was in my lifetime. But I only remember seeing it once. I'm going to say that's false.
Metro?
Oh, it's true. He ran in 52 and 56.
Well, it definitely wasn't in my lifetime then.
That was in your last lifetime.
I don't know.
That was
Probably when I was in prison.
lastlife.com for Hydra. Okay.
I'm not doing good tonight.
All right, this is from Aeonix Aeon. As if humans don't have enough viruses to worry about, one British researcher from the University of Reading has successfully infected himself with a computer virus, proving that as technology becomes more ubiquitous, the possible dangers become much more profound and widespread.
Okay, well, theoretically, that could be possible to code a virus into mental engrams. Now, is he talking about infecting his actual flesh and blood or infecting something that he has implanted?
No, he infected himself.
Flesh and blood.
No, he's going.
Huh?
No, I wouldn't say either because that would give it away. But I would say it was. That's how it was described, that he infected himself with a computer virus.
Okay, I'm going to say it's true then. I don't see how because neuroscience is not advanced enough at this point.
Well, I'm going to say that is absolutely true. According to Discovery News recently, Mark Gasson, senior research fellow at University of Reading, was able to infect a tiny radio frequency chip with a virus before he placed it under his skin. He used that chip to activate his cell phone as well as open secure doors, and he also found that the infected chip in his body then went on to successfully infect external computers.
All right. Well, there we go. And there's going to be more on that later. So, Aeonix, I'm impressed. We obviously read some of the same publications. Okay, well, it's 4344. You are still remain unstumpable in the 100% category, Hydra. Thank you, panel, for trying, but you failed. Although we did award some points this round. All right, and now it's time to bring out Word Baba Up. I'm feeling very musical tonight. Say the word up, and you will be contributing to the new vocabulary, one we have seen and shared with thousands, soon to be, in the Pookypedia.
And the audience will rate you live, so don't be shy in selling your word to the in-world crowd. They're ready.
Yes, this is a major point awarding opportunity.
The audience will be using the vote boxes to award points. Please just type in / with the number of the panelists you want to win. It's very easy. /1, /2, /3, and /4.
Our voting board will show the points accumulating. Clear winner, 4 points. For tie, 3 each. And those who haven't won, well, they're going to get something anyway because I said so. Word up. It's time to reveal your magic motto. Your personal magic motto to the world, darling Selkit Diller. Your word up.
Subdilision. That would be the magical art of having a near-orgasmic modeling experience in any piece of subdivision software such as Maya, Modo, or anything else that...
Oh, I like it. Subdilision. It also sounds like something you could get at the deli on the corner. I'll have a roast beef subdilision, please, with lettuce and extra mayo. I like it. Okay, Josephine Junot, your word up.
Okay, so my word is incuna lullaby. It's the reassuring words you tell someone that's new to SL and experiencing the frustration of a steep learning curve. So words like, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. It'll get easier. And it's made out of incubation, incunabulum, and lullaby.
Oh, I love that. I often tell people, look, everybody's been naked with a box on their head. There really isn't anything I haven't seen or heard. But that's great. Unkana lullaby. Great word.
There's plenty you haven't seen or heard.
And I like words that recognize that we all have made kind of a learning curve and gone through it together. And that's important for our lexicon. Okay, Metro Troglodite, your word up.
My word was SL groupie, or if you shortened it, it could be slug. So I thought that was a good short way of talking about people who were in Second Life too much.
All right, SL Groupie, soon to be a major motion picture. Okay, and Aeonix, in on your word up.
My word up is keybagging, a reference to Halo. Above and beyond mere typos, keybagging is to type incoherently with such bad grammar and spelling as to have implied typing via repeatedly squatting over the keyboard. Originally used in the Andromeda forums to describe the posts and text chat of one of our longtime participants, Dr. Duke.
Is that not hilarious? Is that not a great word, keybagging, instead of just mere typos? It's like your right hand really doesn't know what your left hand is doing. In fact, it could be your left hand the way you're typing tonight. Okay, audience, get ready to vote on your favorite word up. Time to vote. Hydra, can you say each of these words while our audience votes? And you at home, please feel free to also show some word up love in your Treat Bridge chat.
All right, the first word from Selkit was subdivision, and that's the art of making aesthetically delicious subdivision polymeshes. The second word from Josephine was inkunalulabai.
Inkunalulabai. You have to say it with a little bit of a little song there.
Inkunalulabai. And that's the reassuring words you tell someone that is new to Second Life and experiencing the frustration of a steep learning curve, such as don't worry, everything's going to be all right. The next word from Metro was SL groupie, and that's someone who spends way too much time in Second Life. The fourth word from Aeonix was keybagging, and that's above and beyond mere typos. Keybagging is to type incoherently with such bad grammar and spelling as to have implied typing via repeatedly squatting over the keyboard while naked.
That's an awful good word. I love you, but I like inkunalulabai. It reminds me of Hakuna Matata. And unkunalulabai means you can't log in. All right. So these are great words. And audience, please vote because you are at the helm of who is going to get a giant 4 points coming up. I'm going to have to count us down because that's what we have to do around this time. And it is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, and stop counting. All right. We have a winner of this week's Word Up. It is the incomparable Aeonix Aeon with the word keybagging. I know I'm going to be using that this
Absolutely
week.
Awesome.
For sure, you got it. All right, time for a station break. And when we come back, this scoreboard is going to look a whole lot different. Be right back.
When does it start?
Every Tuesday night, Doctor, at the same time, 7 p.m. Pacific each week.
And what happens?
The Tinies, Cat and Emo open, and they are the most hilarious opening act anywhere.
I see. Yes, and then?
Oh my God, the show is so funny. We have the intelligentsia of Second Life on, and they are brilliant. It's great. The audience is the best in Second Life.
What else, Pooky?
My co-host is this amazingly gorgeous wolf.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
No problem at all, Doctor. I want you on the show. I'll do anything to get a great panelist.
Welcome back to the first question.
And welcome back. It's time for Avataro Avataro panelists against each other. The Type A personality game we love to play. And tonight, if anyone in the Treat Bridge, you folks at home who are playing along off the web. If anyone gets an answer before the panel tonight, I will send you a special present. So let's see if anybody out there is going to be sharp enough for this. The first person who gets it before the panel. Okay, we have an algorithm for sarcasm, but that won't tell you when someone is about to attack, only when someone is about to be snide. And you can't really roll your eyes at someone and cause them instant death. Sarcasm is not yet a deadly weapon outside of middle school. Besides, no one who works for the government agency is really capable of sarcasm, so DARPA has a new program intended to dynamically forecast when deadly moles are deep within government departments and when they will likely strike. Part of their challenge has been in detecting deceptive behavior that will lead to malicious intent. What is the name of this new DARPA program to detect such a threat? Yes, Selkit.
That would be SMITE. I have to wonder if they pick these acronyms beforehand and then just mash words together to match. But
Yes, they do.
SMITE, and not SMOTE. Yes, that is SMITE. Suspected Malicious Insider Threat Elimination. Bum, bum, bum. Also a good name for an electronic mousetrap. Thank you.
Number 2. It's bad out there in the Louisiana Gulf. There are many people working very hard to contain this spill.
Including you, Hydra.
Yeah, apparently so. So are some microbes. Over the past few years, researchers have found that dozens of different kinds of marine bacteria have a healthy appetite for oil. Water samples from the Gulf of Mexico are showing signs that populations of vibrous bacteria in this area are likely to bloom as they feast on the oil from the Deepwater Horizon disaster. The bacterial process will be helpful if this is added to the water, as then the oil eaters will have the nitrogen and phosphate they need to grow. What is it called?
What are they planning on adding to the water to help the bacteria grow?
Aeonix?
I'm going to say it's Vibrios.
No. Metro?
Phosphate.
Yeah,
Phosphate.
fertilizer, phosphate, same thing. That's right.
Correct. Oh, yep, and they're all going to grow and take over. Then we're going to need something to fight the giant bacteria. Okay, it's only when we measure the position of an electron that we force it to have a specific location. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? Because according to this university, you might also be standing up in Cincinnati. The strange discovery by quantum physicists means that an object you can see in front of you may exist simultaneously in a parallel universe. In an experiment involving a paddle about the width of a human hair, a vacuum, a vibration, and a scientist, I mean, that sounds like a party just in itself. It moved and stood still at the same time. The multiverse theory says the entire universe freezes during observation, and we see only one reality. We might be able to warp to parallel universes just by manipulating a few electrons. In which of these United States of quantum mechanics is the alternate universe? The alternate universe being debated. Anyone? Yes, Aeonix.
Just for the heck of it, I'll say MIT. They seem to be doing that type of stuff.
No, not in Massachusetts, not at MIT. Think far out, man. Yes, Metro.
CERN.
New Jersey?
No, CERN's in
CERN.
Switzerland, but no, that's not it.
Nope.
That's not it? Okay.
Nope. All right. We're going to count down. I'm going to count down from 5. Oh, yes, Aeonix.
I'm going to say Caltech.
Well, it's in California. Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's moving and standing still at the same time. I just can't believe that. You observe the universe and it freezes. I'm like, and we are there. Okay, go on, Hydra.
Number 4. There is an artificial heart which can pump up to 9.5 liters of blood a minute and was powered by a 400-pound machine they call Big Blue because of its girth and color. The sheer size of that machine required hospitalization. In March, the FDA granted conditional approval for a 13-pound version of the machine that does the same job. This compact version allows those with an artificial heart to go home, and it's called what? Aeonix?
Freedom?
That's right, Freedom Driver.
All right. You now have artificial life derived from a computer, and this is going to follow up with what Aeonix had offered us in the Nuggets of Knowledge. It's the first time this has happened. We now have a British scientist who claims to be the first person infected with a computer virus. This man implanted himself with an RFID tag, similar to the types used to identify animals, and then infected the tag with a computer virus. So when we're implanting this type of device, we are implanting a miniature computer. And what this computer virus does is actually infected a human being with it. Now, did this computer virus slow down his metabolism and broadcast to his neighbors the dangers of viewing him without trousers on? Possibly. Who is the man with the funky RFID tag? Yes, Aeonix.
Oh, I know this one. Hold on.
Who is it?
It's Mark Gasson.
Yes, it is Mark Gasson, indeed.
Question number 6. We have prim butterflies scripted to gambol over our virtual hedge groves of flowers. And they're lovely, at least mine are. But what about your very real garden? A robotic butterfly created by researchers in this country tests the idea that the flight of the swallowtail butterfly can be recreated. During the flights, the artificial butterfly followed an undulating flight trajectory like an actual swallowtail. In 1980, Roger Zalemsky wrote about a mechanized park. In what country did we take a collective step towards this? Selkit? Selkit?
Selkit, did you sneeze again?
Japan, indeed, as Troy has said.
That's right.
All
it's Japan.
right. Okay, that's great. Okay, next question. This is getting to be an interesting race here. Outfitted with sophisticated sensors able to measure the brain waves of the wearer, it can determine the fatigue level of that person and report on it to supervisory personnel or your mother, who will immediately give you a blue blankie and tell you it's time for a nap. This, invented by Australian mining engineer Dr. Daniel Bongers. God, is that not a great name, Dr. Daniel Bongers? This space app can figure you out right through your hair. Trialed on miners, it correlated data to real-time EEG and fatigue information. Now you don't need to yawn to signal you're tired. You just need to wear this. What is it? Yes, Aeonix.
Smart cap.
Yes, it is the smart cap.
Question number 8. Although Lindsay Lohan wrote Orwell on hers, one wonders if she has read any of his books. Does it matter? This can read her perspiration like a book, monitoring it for alcohol. As alcohol is rapidly distributed throughout the body by the process of diffusion, and this reads it, and then transmits the data, even viewed graphically, onto a handy internet site provided by the manufacturer. What is Lindsay wearing these days that only comes in speculum gray? Selkit?
That would be a skin response fuel cell, an alcohol monitoring device.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, that's good. That's the scram.
It's Graham. Okay. Beer and its cousin bread were fundamental to the development of civilization. The basic machinery for grinding grain may even have contributed to the evolution of the wheel. Drunken bread in a can. Beer is the third most popular drink of all the planet's people, taking into account all cultures. Most of the world's beer has a 4 to 6% alcohol by volume, also called ABV. An escalation in the use of a relatively new methodology over the last 12 months has seen man's favorite beverage move into the 40% plus ABV realm, creating a new category of extreme beer. I mean, let's face it, men are competitive. And now the race is on to craft the world's strongest beer and break 50% alcohol by volume. All right, it all has to do with the freezing point of the alcohol and lowering the temperature of the beer to between 2 freezing points and removing the ice and distilling and enriching. Yum, 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 beer, 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 drunk, drunk, drunk. What is the method of beer production that involves this frozen distillation of beer? Yes, Aeonix.
Is that ice beer?
No. They're trying to get to 50% ABV. All right. I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the Eisbach process. The method for freeze distillation. That's right. You'll be hearing a lot more about extreme beer coming up in the near future.
Extremely nasty beer. All right, number
supposed
10.
To be very good.
I don't think anything that's that flammable would be much good.
It's
All
more
right,
like
number
brandy.
10. Space age just doesn't cut it without weightlessness. Of course, if you drink enough beer, weightlessness not become a preferable state. But if you ever want to levitate a can or bottle inside an illuminated ring, now you can. To get your object levitation ready, just attach the included magnet to the top, plug in the base, and place it within the glowing ring. You can probably suspend anything within 11-inch diameter and under 300 grams. The manufacturer only specifically mentions cans and bottles as levitation worthy, but you could probably find a way to attach the magnet to your Chihuahua, and you could probably levitate that too. Who manufactures this very interesting display for your nuclear beer cans?
I could tell you how the device works, but not who made it.
Aeonix?
Dowling?
No.
Someone in the audience has typed it out.
Okay, well, we're going to have to count down here. So 5, 4, 3, look at the audience. 2, Aeonix.
Crowdsourcing option. China Vision?
That's
China
right,
Vision.
China Vision.
That's
Use the
right.
audience, people.
All right. Okay, I tell you, they are your best friends. All right, next question. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, is a fatal disease caused by the degeneration of motor neurons. It's also called Lou Gehrig's disease. LA graffiti writer Tony Kwan was diagnosed with it in 2003, and like many other ALS patients, for instance, Stephen Hawking, was left almost completely physically paralyzed except for the eyes. A low-cost, open-source eye-tracking system is now available that will allow artists with paralysis to draw using only their eyes with a computer. It recently won the Interactive Award at the celebrated Brit Insurance Design Awards. What is it called? Yes, Josephine.
I believe it's the iWriter from
Yes.
Zach. Yeah.
And the iWriter is open source, so people can add and contribute to keep making this a better product. And they actually use by kind of modifying a $50 headset. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, do we have time for one more, Pookie?
Yes, we have time for one more question.
All right, number 12. Not to be confused with the scram around your ankle, Lindsay. The supersonic combustion ramjet, or scramjet's goal is to create a free-flying vehicle capable of operating continuously on jet fuel and achieving continuous hypersonic speeds. Its recent flight smashes the previous record of 12 seconds. At 200 seconds, it sets the foundation for several hypersonic applications, including access to space, reconnaissance, and commercial transportation. Will it equate this leap in engine technology as equivalent to the post-World War II jump from propeller-driven aircraft to jet engines? It was done with a Wave Rider from what company? Metro?
Or you can just give us the name of the...
Boeing.
That's right. It's Boeing, and it's the X-51.
Yes, Boeing X-51, and this is an excellent panel. They are amazing. They are ambitious. They are full of life, love, energy, and music. But we have only one winner, and that winner tonight is Aeonix Aeon. These balloons are for you. Thank you, Aeonix. Well done.
Congrats, Aeonix.
Balloons. Balloons are my friend. This was an awesome game.
You
Well
guys were truly, truly amazing. And the entire panel was fantastic.
Yeah, these are pretty hard questions tonight. You did some real digging on these, Pook. And now,
But
audience.
the thing is, Hydra, I never like to make them easy because it's all about rising up. And, we get a lot of them in here, so it's worth it.
And now, audience, will you take us out? Who originated this famous quote?
There is no way to penetrate the surface of life but by attacking it earnestly at a particular point. And I will repeat, there is no way to penetrate the surface of life but by attacking it earnestly at a particular point. It was not Sigmund Freud. It was, as Gary Bruno says, Charles Horton Cooley. Wow.
And when you penetrate, it is, and when you penetrate it as effectively as we have, you can actually become immersed in it.
That's right. Well said, Hydra. And immersion is our field. That's right. So stay tuned and tune in next week at Tuesday night at the Studio Dome. That is the only place to be. We will see you at 7 p.m. next week. Actually, we will not see you next week at 7 p.m. We'll see you on the 15th. There is no show next week. I'm sorry. We'll see you on the 15th. And thank you for watching, and to all who tune in.
And our eternal thanks to Rob Soothsayer, who is our head stage manager, and directors to the Stars Pet Love Pet Shop. And a special thanks to our guru, Paradox Olbers. And thank you to the panel.
That's right. Thank you, Selkit. Thank you, Josephine. Thank you, Metro. And thank you, Aeonix. And feel free to embed this in any show you wish. Thank you all for coming. Remember, this show will be available tomorrow on iTunes. So go to iTunes and search for The First Question, or go to treat.tv and subscribe from there. A big shout out to Rebecca. And thank you, Hydra.
Thank you, Pookie.
And the secret word was, I don't think anybody got it tonight. What was it, Hydra?
I've already closed the script, Pookie. You tell them.
It's okay. It was prophecy. So, prophecy was not gotten, but that was the secret word. And I will say good night, Mr. Rosedale, wherever you are.